VTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Yes, indeed, it is EKSE live right here on channel 263 on your DSTV. We're keeping you entertained, informed, as well as educated right through to the hour 5. Thank you for choosing us as yourselves. Ain't no party like the EKSE party, because the EKSE party don't
stop.
Never that. You can follow us on Twitter, it is EKSE_live. On Facebook, it is EKSE live, as well as on Instagram. Do dial us on 021-448-0448. Joining us for this conversation is Lucy Black. He's no stranger to Cape Town television. You saw him like earlier on, right? Level 4,
level 4, 3, yeah.
But also on Hype It Up. He's here on EKSE, joining on Ency. We're talking entrepreneurship and stuff like that. Thank you for coming through. What profound things that we were saying before the ad break, and I'm sure that we have a lot more to add on.
I like that, because I was just about to say, he asked me a great question that says, what support are we giving to the entrepreneurs? You know, over the lockdown, we've been basically having a lot of Zoom meetings to catch up with the entrepreneurs. And what was really deep was that just last night, I had 2 meetings. One for Swaziland entrepreneurs, one for South Africa, because we have expanded to Swaziland as we speak. But here's the joy, we are matching them with investors at this point. If you've got a big project that needs funding, we were connecting them with the investors online. So we're doing exactly that. Zoom meeting, when a Zoom meeting fails, we're hitting it onto a conference call. And we are doing business as usual. The most exciting thing about Ubambano is that it doesn't choose where you stay, where you are, what business you're doing. Because remember, entrepreneurs are the pin in everything. If there was no entrepreneur, there wouldn't be a cell phone.
Yeah.
If somebody thought about it, somebody wanted to solve a certain problems, and wherever you are, there's a problem you can solve sitting in your corner.
Yeah, one of the things that you've got on your bucket right now, Lucy, is that you are an influencer as well. Is that an entrepreneur? An influencer?
It is packaged, part of the package.
So you get money for being an influencer?
Yeah, you did get money when you're an influencer. Only because I usually say this to people: if ever you're an artist or you're a model and everything, don't take that side as a hobby. Take it as a business. Learn on how to use it. Only because not all of us actually gonna make it in life by going to school. Only because sometimes we lack money to go to school. But how about you use like the talent that you're given by God, actually invest on it, and then treat it as business. That's actually being an entrepreneur. So yeah, that's my take.
But that's exactly that, because what you do, you're tapping into your passion.
Yes.
You're tapping into your purpose. If I'm good at something, that's how easily you can make money.
Yes.
So tap into self in that corner. Never mind how dry it is, looking outside.
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
There are some entrepreneurs that feel nervous about investors because they feel like, this is my business, this is my baby, I started it from scratch. Now I'm going to have an outsider who wants to maybe invest and perhaps take a percentage of my business. What's your take on that? What would you say to the entrepreneurs that feel nervous about investors?
This is a great opportunity for you to use somebody's money well. So investors are not always looking to be shareholders in your company. Not everybody wants to be a shareholder in your company. There's people that will say, I just want to invest in you. As long as I get good returns, I'm good. So they must feel free. Not everybody wants to be a shareholder in your company.
But now you go to the bank and they don't want to give you a loan. How do you then start up your business? Because you've got passion, you've got dreams, but nobody wants to back you up. What happens to people like those?
That's exactly why when I was driving down here, I was like, adopt an entrepreneur. Adopt an entrepreneur, because the banks do not believe in what we have in our hands, and they will not help you. That's why we want to make as much money so that we could lend the entrepreneur and give grants to those that cannot do it. So the idea is, there's nothing we can really do. We need somebody to believe in that one person that is saying, I've got this idea. So adopt an entrepreneur. That's a word we must throw out there. Adopt them.
Yeah. And when I look as an artist and all-round creative, because I hear a lot of artists talk about the music industry is separate from the music business. What are you doing as a creative to educate yourself about the business side of things?
Yeah.
So when it comes to business side, as much as like I'm a songwriter or I'm just in front of the camera all the time, but I always like want to know like the person behind the camera, let's say as a photographer, only because photographers actually the one that actually like deals with e-payments and everything. They actually deal with people, which means they're running a business. Yeah, as much as we as models, maybe if ever you actually like a model under an agency, which means a lot of things you're not like exposed to them, but they're actually being done by someone else. So when you ask questions, that's when you get more info. So when you say adapt, adapt, that means you can actually ask more questions to know, because but when you know more, that's when you're going to get these investments.
Yeah,
So
there'll
that's
be
what I
more of Ulusi Black when we return after the break, but Ency has to bounce out of here so that she can go adapt. Kukho abantu abafuna uadoptwa nguwe ke ngoku, how do they reach out? Give us your social media details one more time so that they can reach out and say, we need help.
On social media, you'll find me as Ency Samkelisiwe Litsoane. You'll find me there on all angles. And with Ubambano, you'll find us at Ubambano. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
At
saying you're
Ubambano.
looking for anybody, any kind of business.
Any kind of business.
I can be selling potatoes, apples, drying hair, cutting, anything.
You are feeding the nation. You're employing somebody. Whether you've employed yourself, you are reducing the numbers of unemployment.
I feel fed right now. Thank you for coming through. You're such a breath of fresh air.
Thank you so
And you're
much.
looking amazing.
Appreciate you.
Adopt me, please.
Adopted.
And we can
Thank you
feed
so
your
much.
soul one more time when we return, especially when you future like in South Africa, you're sitting down for a mathematics literacy paper, Golwesine at 2 p.m. We're giving you tips on how you can write that paper. 1 and paper 2 successfully. Mr. D is returning to give you tips so that you can write that paper. Kakuhle, email us ku EKSE@capetowntv.org or can use to WhatsApp ku 060-391-8664. We'll see you on the flip side of this. Keep it locked.
CTV family, catch us live on your TV screens.